Feldenkrais had an interesting history. He was a physicist who studied physics. And in fact, he was the one who, Giulio Curie, who was Madame Curie's son-in-law, and they were developing these things with radioactive radiation. And Feldenkrais was actually the one that took, when the Nazis occupied France and Paris, Feldenkrais took the information, all of the Giulio Curie's information, and personally delivered it to Winston Churchill. And so this guy had to get it outside of occupied France, get to England. And he always liked to say one of the things that was one of his claims to fame was being able to turn a Churchill's head. Because one of the things we were talking about calibrating people, and one of the things he learned a lot about somebody is that just by turning their head, it's like that's the hologram for everything else. And then he went to Palestine when it was the United Nations made it in the Israeli state. And because they were not allowed to have weapons and things, he developed a whole martial art on his own, how to help people defend themselves. And he's apparently the only Westerner to ever actually have a move incorporated into the ancient martial art of judo.
Yeah.
And so went to Japan and had connections there. But then I think what happened is he got injured. And then he started, not necessarily from martial arts, but for something else. I think he injured his knee or something. And then he turned his attention to healing. And that's how he developed what is today the Feldenkrais method, which was, okay, so he took all of his knowledge of, like martial arts, physics, etc., into the body and how to work with the body, and really, again, seeing it as a system, that if you that there's an old song about the head bones connected to the neck bone. Your elbow is going to influence what's happening in these other places. And he really had that capacity.